This game was a typical hard-hitting one between two black and blue divisional teams. The Bears only had 12 first downs, while the Lions could only muster 9, but there were 40 points scored with some explosive plays. So let's get after it. Jack Concannon only completed 7 of 17 passes for 75 yards, but he blasted through the tough Lions defensive front for the first points of the game. Carl Sweetan struggled mightily under the Bears' fierce pass rush. He only completed 6 of 33 passes for 100 yards and 1 touchdown, and received one heck of a beating in this game. Number 41, Brian Piccolo, gained 39 tough yards on 15 carries and chipped in with 41 receiving yards. Lions quarterback Carl Sweetan got hot on this scoring drive by passing for 70 of his 100 yards. The Lions kickoff specialist is number 55, Wayne Walker, who also played outside linebacker. He and Garo Yepremian shared the extra point and field goal kicking duties, with Yepremian scoring 28 points and Walker scoring 26 points. Number 24, Mel Farr, had 17 carries for 53 yards and this touchdown. He also hauled in 3 passes for 45 yards and another touchdown. And he's the subject of my player profile. Mel Farr was a consensus All-American for UCLA in 1966 and was drafted 7th overall in the 1967 NFL Draft after finishing 7th in the Heisman Trophy voting in 1966. Solidly built at 6 foot 2 inches, 210 pounds, he was a shifty, speedy running back with good power and was nicknamed Mel Farr Superstar. Mel had a solid 7-year NFL career, all with the Lions. He was a fine dual-purpose running back, and his older brother Miller also played pro ball. In 9 seasons, he played for 5 teams, including the Lions in 1973, which was the last year in the NFL for both brothers. Miller's 1967 season was by far the highlight of his career. Number 83, Mac Percival nailed this field goal to make the final score Bears 27, Lions 13. If you haven't already done so, please click the like button. Giants quarterback Fran Tarkenton was playing his ex-teammates for the first time. Tarkenton and wide receiver Homer Jones hooked up on this 66-yard score. The Vikings' Ed Shirachman fell down, and it was all over after that. Giants kicker Pete Gogolak put his foot into this kickoff, and the Vikings' first-round draft choice, the second overall in the 1967 NFL Draft, Clint Jones put the pedal to the metal. Number 23, Ernie Coy broke a couple of attempts at leg tackles, and number 22, Paul Krause flopped like a fish out of water. Ed Shirachman finally brought him down. Homer Jones torched the Vikings secondary again, this time for 45 yards. He had 4 catches for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tarkenton had a big day, completing 12 of 23 passes for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns, along with 8 rushes for 56 yards. He got 12 yards on this carry. Vikings didn't do anything on offense in the first half, so Joe Kapp showed the Giants what he was made of. Here he hit tight end Marlon McKeever, who only played 1 year with the Vikings in a fine 13-year NFL career. And Kapp connected with 1966 Pro Bowl end Paul Flatley. Vikings defense stiffened dramatically, with defensive tackle Alan Page making big plays. Running back Ernie Coy was also the Giants' punter, and he booted the ball to rookie Bob Grimm. Bill Brown's key block on number 52, Bill Swain, allowed backfield mate Dave Osborne to turn in this fine run. Osborne had 16 carries for 115 yards on the day. Fred Cox booted a 37-yard field goal to continue the Vikes' big comeback. Bill Triplett fumbled the ball and the Vikings made their big break. $53,000 fans packed Kezar Stadium in San Francisco for the largest crowd in 5 years. John Brody had plenty of time to pass early in this game as he hit Sonny Randle for an apparent touchdown, but there were offsetting penalties on the play and the touchdown did not stand. Doug Cunningham found running against the Rams a tall task, as number 27 Irv Cross and number 55 Maxie Bond stop him in his tracks. Number 44 John David Crowe had a decidedly different experience. John David Crowe is not a household name, but he had an excellent career. He was the second overall draft pick in the 1958 NFL Draft with the Chicago Cardinals as a 6'2", 220-pound halfback. A four-time Pro Bowl player and member of the Hall of Fame All-1960s team, he is rated by Pro Football Reference's Hall of Fame monitor as the 41st best running back of all time. When he retired after the 1968 season, he was in 14th place on the all-time rushing yardage list. John David Crowe is not only a fine rusher, but also an excellent receiver, as shown by these statistics that were accumulated from 1958 through 1968. Check out his incredible yards per catch. It's a terrific average for a running back. Crowe had a terrific 1960 season when he rushed for over 1,000 yards. His 5.9 average yards per carry led the NFL, as did his 1,533 yards from scrimmage. Bruce Gossett kicked off to Doug Cunningham, who had a terrific return. Number 21, Eddie Metter, a six-time Pro Bowl free safety, made the tackle. Number 88, Dick Witcher, took number 24, Clancy Williams, for a 10-yard ride. On fourth down, Ken Willard was smothered by the Rams' fearsome foursome. Number 34, Les Josephson ran 5 times for 21 hard-earned yards. 49ers sacked Roman Gabriel 6 times, this time by Roland Lakes for a 10-yard loss. Gabriel completed 8 passes out of 13 attempts for 99 yards and 1 touchdown. Number 22 is 6'3", 225-pound Gary Lewis, and number 55, Maxie Bond, tackled him with ease. Packers beat the Colts in Week 1 and 13 in 1966. This game was played in Baltimore, and Packers quarterback Bart Starr took a beating. He was sacked 6 times in the game. Colts running back number 33, Tony Lorick, was the Colts' workhorse early in the game. He carried 10 times for 60 yards. Packers running back Donnie Anderson, number 44, had a productive day both rushing and receiving, with 122 total yards and this touchdown. Colts quarterback John Unitas didn't have a great day. He was only 15 of 32 passing for 126 yards, but he came up big on this drive and passed for 2 touchdowns on the day. On the extra point attempt, the holder Rick Volk made a bad ball placement, which caused Lou Michaels to miss it. Volk was substituting for the injured Bobby Boyd. And on the following kickoff, Michaels and Volk made amends as Volk recovered the ball on the Packers' 34-yard line. With only 2 minutes to play in the game, the master of the 2-minute offense went to work.